What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. I'm a top player in Risk Global Domination, and that over there is FreePete. And if you want to go check him out on FreePete, you will get the unedited VC competition. This is round 2 of the Grandmasters tournament, season 9. I'm going to let Repeat do the intro. And then we were going to go to double time, and we will talk about the game. Since it was a VC competition, I am going to go over everything and explain to you what I was thinking in the moment and what my read on the board was. And we won't be distracted by the voices in the competition. What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy, and welcome to FreePete. What I'm doing on my second channel is I'm doing unedited VC competition videos along with anything and everything else I feel like creating for you. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, if you're just interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Come along the ride with me. For today's episode, we're going to be playing in round 2 of the Risk Grandmasters tournament. This is season 9, and I'm playing with 5 other Grandmasters in a lobby. So in no particular order and going by color, the white player is Ben Workshoe from the Netherlands. Ben has 340 hours in the game, gone 2 and 3 in ranked. No, I missed it. 87 and 150. Okay. Playing as Purple with Scythe from the United States of America. 498 hours, gone 199 and 507. Playing as Magenta with Tiger, 1512 from Australia. 680 hours in the game, gone 358 and 718. Playing as Blue, Aries Day Monicus admonishing me for my poor performance in his Shock the Monkey karaoke. 239 hours played with 88 and 141. The red player's Mioe, also from the Netherlands. 292, gone 282 and 326. And I'm playing as Black. And you guys can see my record. Here's 2,000 hours, almost 6,000 games, 2198 to 720. And I am ready to go when any of you guys are.
All right, let's fire it up.
Good luck.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, good luck.
Let's go. So the style for the GM competition, we're playing a series of 3 games. Each round we lose half of our players. It's single player advances. Everyone is in VC, and this is just a regular run-of-the-mill progressive world dom. On, what is it? Britannia Advanced? Oh, someone didn't ready. Britannia Advanced Progressive World Dom is something that I have probably played an absolute ton. So I love this map for Prague. Britannia has 4 bonuses. Wales is worth a +6. Ireland, Scotland, England. And you really can't hold them, which makes it a fairly large, fairly open with some interesting idiosyncrasies, and really competitive map for Progressive World Dom. But the wrinkle that we've added is this map is being played with fog. So these settings are, I think, identical to the Season 2 Grandmasters Tournament final that I played against with Parlox. And suffice to say, neither of us won that season. I've made it to the finals of the Grandmasters tournament 3 times. This is season 9, so I'd love to make it a 4th time. And I've placed second twice. So I'm very motivated to win this tournament, particularly because we have the Kill Pete Open going on right now. And, you know, since I'm the host of the tournament, I can't really win my own tournament. So we do start. We have a lot of material in Scotland, decent amount in Ireland. We have 2 3s in England in different pockets. This start is actually great. Okay, I love this start. I want to show you guys. We'll dial back. Did I go too far? A full minute, eh? Okay, so starting in 1, 2, 3, 4 positions essentially, but like closer to 5. I want to go for a multi-positional play here because since Progressive World Dom is a hunting style of game, I don't want anyone to have vision on me. I don't want anyone to have good kill lines on me, and I don't want the kills to be profitable when they are. And since I'm in the first position, I will be at a troop deficit in the early game and in the mid game. So we're playing against, as I said, I'm playing as red. The purple player is Scythe. I only see a single 1 stack of Scythe in the top middle, but then I see a 4 pop up.
The white player, Ben Workshoe, excellent Grandmaster. I've faced Ben a couple of times now. I have a fairly good sense of his skill. I see 3 strong Ben positions. 1, 2, and 3. He actually made GM finals last season. The black player is, I don't recall. Remind me his name. No, so Tiger's playing magenta. I don't see him talking in the VC all that much. Tiger is playing magenta. Tiger is an Englishman. And the blue player, Aries Daemonicus. We have the format of the tournament, single player advances. So this is game 1 of 3. It's a set of 3 each week. We lose half of our players each week. And as you see, right, I just add additional positions now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I do move to the south of Ireland. So I'm in 6 places, and we don't want to maintain 6 positions for as long as possible. And this is an entirely defensive move intended on making me seem not appealing as a target to kill. I like how my 3s in England are both guarded. I unfortunately can't see a lot of England, but that's fine because I'm not playing it offensively. I'm playing it defensively, and I want to just die. So I have a 4-stack in a corner in Ireland, which is good. This is a large territory, sees a bunch. I have another 4-stack in Northern Scotland, also sees a bunch. I really like how my vision is this game so far, in terms of I can't see the whole board, but because I'm not playing active, I'm playing defensive, I'm not super worried about it. Yeah, and we see a bunch of, and Aries, I really like how Aries Daemonicus puts 6 up in the top, because this territory is always a nice key little piece. You don't want to lose the very top. What is that? The Shetlands, right? So yeah, I'm joking around mostly in my chat. I'm talking about, or joking around mostly in the VC, talking about distracting these guys from the game at hand. I tend to want to play friendly, and part of it is very natural, right? I am a friendly person. I like people, so sometimes I just ask, normal folksy, get to know you type questions, and these are some interesting people. So, it does have a strategic component. Don't get me wrong. Like, I do like to talk about things that are not relevant to the game for the purpose of distracting people from the game, but also I am genuinely interested in the people I'm playing with. So we see Tiger move from a key position, and I do want to occupy, okay? So the structure of Southern England is very interesting. You have the Tiger 7, which you see, you have this massive territory in the middle, and you have this. And if you can control these 3 territories, you actually split all of England in half, right? Everything on one side of those 3 and everything on the other. And you see how important those 3 territories are for the late game. So if you want to set up blocks and you want to control kill guards, I do give up the kill guard that my opponents have on this position, and I move into the larger territory. I think it's called East Sax on the map. Just because I'm now positioning myself a little bit more to make kills, and we do see a ton of scythe troops in the middle of England. Okay, I think the single most important territory on the map is this one, because it sees so many. So you might be inclined. Same with the Magenta 7. Sees so many, you might be inclined to think, boy, I see so much of the map. Maybe I'm going to make an educated guess, go for a kill. And that's how these games are going to end. People are going to mess up. People are going to feed kills. And it doesn't matter how grand of a master you are. It's going to happen. I now have 7 positions, right? You see I've maintained 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And again, I'm playing it absolutely defensively on purpose. My stacks are small, but nobody knows exactly how many I have or where they are. So in order to make an educated kill on Pete, you have to take a fairly large risk. And as we know about Grandmasters, being fairly risk averse, it's not something that they tend to want to do all that much. So you see, I am adding to all my positions, and I am not exploring the pieces of the board I haven't seen yet, because I specifically don't want to know who's there, and I don't want who's there to see me. So we're jockeying for position. We take our 5th card. So that is the end of the early game. This is just World on Progressive, right? Nothing fancy other than the fog. So the card trades are going to go down as normal. I'm obviously not going to skip in the first seat. So I'm going to get the 4 trade. Black's Mioe, right. Black is Mioe. So, I see a decent amount of black positions as well, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20. I see 20 of his troops. I have 28. So we can assume, based on the number of troops, that he has at least 1, probably 2 more positions before the sets come down. And it's good, right? Everyone's playing this really, really well so far. Yeah, apologies to Mioe for blanking on his name right there. And I think I pronounced it right. We had 2 Dutchmen in the game. Mioe and Ben. So there's an American. Tyre was originally an Englishman, he said, living in Australia. We talked about my accent as a Canadian, which I don't really notice, but I don't think anyone really notices their own accent. And the set's coming in. Scythe is thinking about put the 6, and Ben gets the 8. I see 4 strong Ben positions. You can see the pace of the turns have slowed down a bit as players are considering where to make their moves. I was wondering if Ben moved into Wales. I think I would have moved out, but he pulled back. Okay, Mioe gets the 10. I'm doing a similar thing, right? Just adding to his multi-position. So everyone's playing multi-positional. I think Scythe is in the fewest places, which means he has the largest stacks, which means he should be leaning more aggressive. Scythe should be leaning into making the kills. If he's trying to hold large stacks, it is incumbent upon the person with those large numbers to kind of push that advantage into making the kills before the sets get so large. But again, because we're playing Grandmaster tournament, because we're playing against all Grandmasters, because the skill level is so high, we're going to see a lot of cautious play for progressive World Dom. Okay, so Ares gets the 15. That's the final of the early trades. So Ares Daemonicus probably has 20 troops on me now, or close to it, just for being in the last seat versus the first. So now the button kicks back to Pete. I just maintained my 7 positions. I'm actually really happy. I think my 6 in Southern England, my 5 in Southern Ireland, and my 5 in Scotland are just absolutely perfectly positioned to keep me alive and to sweep into the middle of the board when and if. My 5 being guarded by Ares and Tiger is a safety, and my other 2 positions, 2 or 3 positions, ensure my future of cards, right? I'm never moving from these 3 anchors, and I'm just going to stack on them, and then that's never moving because it's locked. So I have 3 remaining positions where I can take cards from and move around a bit. But as you guys see, I'm not exploring these territories, and I'm not exploring this yet. I don't see Isle of Man. I don't see any of Wales or Cornwall. And the end of turn 6, Ares also has some larger stacks. Okay. I think about setting and taking the 20 because I'm worried someone might kill me, but then I actually say in VC, surely no one could possibly kill me, which I hope incepted at least enough doubt in the mind of somebody who was thinking about killing me to not do it. So we do sit on 5 cards, which can be risky, but I'm confident that nobody has the kill on me, because if anyone did, what would happen was they would actually end up feeding it to, unless it was Aries or Tiger, I'd end up feeding it to Aries or Tiger because of the locked 5. I figured Ben probably had okay lines on me other than that, but he didn't have me, which is why I said it too. There was some honesty in it. There, I don't think any one person did have me there. So I was happy to sit on 5, but the problem is I'm still in the first seat. I'm still in the earliest trade, so I will get the 20 as well. So we got the 4 trade. We got the 20. Nobody sets in the second sequence until they are forced, right? When you're holding 5 cards at the beginning of your turn, you're forced to trade. Yep, and Aries Demonicus takes his 5th card. And I do get to hold a Joker, which is great. So I take the 20, but I'm holding a Joker as backup, and that might come in handy because we definitely know that in the late game in Progressive, not having a set is fatal. So you see I don't add anything to the 5. I have equivalent positions in 8s, 1, 2, in my anchors, and additional, and I have a slightly stronger set in the middle, which will be my hunting stack, at least short term. Scythe sets gets the 25. We now know that this territory is purple. We can see through the fog based on what people are doing, right? You kind of have to go process of elimination to figure out where people aren't. Ben sets gets the 30. It's a lot of troops for Ben. And Mioe gets the 35. Now the troop counts are heating up. So we are going to see the tension break and someone will go for a move. Maybe it's vision, maybe it's pushing through smaller stacks. My stacks are specifically not in places that people have to move through. You can move around that. You can move around that. I'm in a corner here. I'm in a corner here. That stack is locked. Do you see what I mean? I definitely don't want, if you're going for Pete, I want you to be going for Pete. I don't want to be collateral damage in someone else's kill, which is why I stay away from these anchors. Where Tiger and Scythe put in the middle of England in the early and mid game. I move into them in the late game because you want to radiate out of them to make kills. But I'm still, right, only one of 6 players. So I'm not in a position where I can be proactive because I don't have enough information. So I have to react instead. We see a huge Aries Demonicus stack in Ireland, but he doesn't do anything with it. Think about trading on 3. You see me thinking about trading on 3. I don't. I'm going to sit on 4 cards. Might be a bit risky. Get an easy take off my 6 in Ireland. Had the Joker didn't trade it, because again, not being proactive, I'm going to let other people make moves, and then I'm going to parry those moves. That's my plan, at least. Because I still don't think any one player has the kill on me. But Scythe takes it. Scythe takes the 50. We see him making a couple of attacks, but we don't see where. And now let's see if Ben sets. Ben doesn't. Ben's also sitting on 4 cards. So I have a potentially profitable kill on Ben next turn. Because I would set, get my set, have 1 card remaining, kill him on 4, set again. You have to make sure when you make kills in Progressive that they, in the late game, that they trade you in immediately. Otherwise, you just get eaten sitting on a bunch of cards. Okay, we don't see anyone else set other than Scythe. It's a very tense game, right? It's very like subtle jockeying for position. Can't really see where anybody is. Don't really know for sure. Stacks are starting to get huge. Everyone might assume I have a big stack. Do I set on 4? I do. Because now it's like, if I'm sitting on 5 cards, I get eaten for sure. I just get an easy take. Okay, so I did that really quickly, but I want to show you my thinking on this turn. So I decide to completely change the balancing of my positions. I don't really add to my locked stack because, again, there's no reason. It's behind other players. If either of those 2 players decide to go for a run on me, they get me. But if anyone else does, they don't. So I'm guarded by 2 players, and I'm safe from 3. My 3 original anchoring positions, I changed the weight, and I put all of my material essentially in the south. This move, the purpose of which is now we are pivoting to a more attacking style, but waiting for the board to open, expecting that the board will open. And my ancillary positions still exist. I get a card off my 4, and I maintain the number of positions, but I've completely changed the weight of them. All of my troops are now in one place. I just have all of those multi-positionals. So I don't like having semi-large multiple positions. At this stage of the game, I like having one very large, almost so large that those who can see it. Now, who can't see it? The only one player can't see it, right? Ben sees it, Mioe sees it, Sai sees it, Aries sees it, but Tiger doesn't in the south. So he will find it. And we do see, of course, Ben going for Tiger. Ben gets the first kill. GG's to Tiger. So everyone knows I have a massive position in the south. Sometimes it's nice to change the weight of your positioning. It's almost like putting yourself in a different place because your opponents can be calculating their lines of kill on you, but if you completely change the weight of how you're balanced, then their kill lines don't work the same way and they have to recalculate, which might cost them a little bit of time. We do see Mioe making a number of attacks. Trying to kill Ares Daemonicus. Fails. So Ares does have a sets in a single position, so we're confident Ares is in that one place. He gets a card. We know exactly where he is and how big he is. About 100 troops in the middle of the board, right here. We also know that black is weak because black just went on a run to hit blue and failed. I get a card and pass, kick it over to Scythe's turn. Do we see Scythe go for a run? No, also takes a card and pass, takes 2 cards. We see him moving a little bit. We see those 3 large Scythe positions. All right. And the button goes back to Ben. Ben sitting on 3. Me and Ben are talking a lot now. He's removing some Mioe. Decides not to push. Turn order goes back to Mioe. No set on 2. Let's see what he does here. And he's been weakened by hitting Ares Daemonicus, but he did survive. So taking a 3rd card here, I think Mioe would be the fish. And I specifically tried to guard his kill in the top. I have reasonable kill lines on him if I had a set on 3, but that wouldn't trade me in turn. Ares Daemonicus debates not taking a card, because this is Ares Daemonicus' final position. So where would he even get his card from? And he skips. Go back to me. I open the 102. And I change my weight. And specifically lock. I know I often tell you guys not to do this. Specifically lock a large stack in the late game. So this was another defensive play. Because I'm sitting on 4 cards and I don't want to get eaten, I want it to be ambiguous where I am for one more turn before I set. Now, the risk here is that I can't make crucial kills. The advantage here is that those kills might fail and I survive. Ben's turn. Ben sets, gets the 80. We know Ben is an active player. We know he's going to go for a kill. Looks like he's lining up for black. And he pushes through my 9 to accomplish that. So my guard was shit. We do see Ben going on the run to take out Mioe, but interestingly, runs out of time. Mioe has cards on 3. Now Ben's in trouble. So we've seen a second failed kill. This game is a mess, and I love it. It's a mess on purpose, right? These settings are hard on purpose. These guys are crazy good at risk. So when we see players this good mess up, that's how you know. So Mioe moving around the board, trying to just put himself in a different position. This will give Ares Daemonicus a chance to take cards again, which he does do. And I love that. 104 stack. He moves a little bit. We're still watching where he is, because I know that's his last position. So we track Ares' movement from the middle of England all the way up and around into Ireland. We see the Fortify. The Fortify is somewhere in that chain, but I don't know exactly where. I set and take the 90, and I leave my stack. No, and then I fortify the stack out to be active for the next turn. So now my expectation here is that Ben will take a card, and then I'll kill him. I think. But I'm not open to him. Right? I didn't leave any material here to go get the 35, so I actually can't make a profitable kill on Ben. Which I'm a little bit cheesed about. Unless he opens me, which he won't, because he's a good player. Yeah, we don't see his card. So now this is a 2-turn plan. Spicy to make it this far with 5 players still alive. Mioe decides to do a bunch of hitting. I figure I'm going to lose my position in Ireland now. Not yet. Okay, Ares Daemonicus, the luck of the cards. Sets on 3. No longer the fish. Moves around. Goes for the Mioe kill. Doesn't. All right, this is another one of those great epic take a card and pass turns. I put a bunch of material in the north, and I consolidate. I wanted to see. That was for vision. I wanted to see what was going on up there. I still haven't opened Wales. I still have never seen Wales this game. Scythe plays very cautious. So far, so good. Hasn't done anything overly aggressive or made any obvious errors. He just has these large, very large positions. But I'm sitting with the largest single stack on the board still. And then we do see Ben move. Ben's on 4. So again, I could make a profitable kill on Ben if it was possible to move through this giant block. And that's why this territory is so key. 66. Yep, we do see the Ares stack, and he's like, whoa, Pete, you got so many troops down there. Yep. Now at least I see where he is. I have okay lines on him, but I can't quite finish. I don't go for it. And then I make a fortified that threatens black. Okay, so I split off my big stack, specifically saying, I know where all the black positions are, and I'm going to go take a look, assuming nobody beats me to the punch. Ben does set, and it looks like Ben does beat me to the punch. Ares Daemonicus loses a 20 stack, and Ben kills Mioe without setting. So Ben's going to be sitting on 5 cards in the late game, which is a dangerous, dangerous place to be in. because it's quite profitable to make a kill on someone holding 5 cards in the late game. Ben is very confident that I don't have the kill on him. Let's put some sound up and go into real time.
So
We'll see.
I think with the amount of troops I just got from the trade-in, plus the amount I spent, considering I already made in week, like.
So Ben says he
trade-in.
made back what he cost.
Second
In
fine.
his estimation, he thinks he's fine sitting on 5. I think he's wrong, and I think I kill, and
But
I
you're
think I
welcome
go
to
for the
try.
kill on him. I will.
Good luck.
He says good luck. He's a gentleman.
Just letting you know, you need to go through another big stack in order to get to me.
He says I have to push through something big,
Can
and
you
we will
make it
find out what it
purple
is.
instead of me?
And
I
Ares
would
tells on
appreciate
himself.
that.
Ares tells
Yours
him,
is
he says,
smaller.
can you make it purple? And I do. I make it
Not-
purple.
it's
So I hit a
not actually.
44, and here is a misclick. Okay, so again, I have had these misclicks in my game, and I'm not exactly sure what it is because my strategy is there and something about my execution is failing. So I'm going to pay in the coming days and weeks for my own personal risk game. I'm going to be paying more attention to my physicality and how I can get into a place where, you know, the mind-body connection is stronger, because seeing these misclicks occur with the frequency that they occur tells me that there is something up with my body. And let's go back to, do you guys see the misclick? Do you see the error in the pathing? I just went around. I had it. I went around a Ben 1 instead of hitting it. And I messed up. And I realized I messed
I
up.
was gonna mention it.
Huh! I just messed that right up. I didn't even see it.
That's unfortunate.
That is
I was
unfortunate.
gonna, I was
I'm-
gonna mention it.
I'm
before
upset
you
at
hit my
myself.
80, but-
You should have. I'm
Yeah,
upset at
that's just
myself,
an error.
Said something.
and I run
Ah,
into
That's what I was
the
trying to
corner
deflect.
like a bitch. I feed a 5-card kill on Ben,
Is this the second week in a row I give this guy a game for free?
and I comment because the last week with Scythe, I took a fairly risky play where we forced the yellow player into. Scythe was holding 50 in the Hold 50 Classic game. This was in round 1, and I forced the yellow player to win a 3v1, which is 11% to fail. But of course, it failed and it caused the game to end instantly with Scythe advancing to the next round. So I was like, did I feed you another game? And it really looks like it, because now Scythe is moving and he is knocking off those Ares positions. And oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, do I feel like an idiot. Yeah, something has to be done about the misclicking. I think just calming, it's a nerves thing, I think. Calming myself and being more connected with the body such that I can execute the plan that's in my, it's also, maybe it's just getting old, right? Like people, you hear people talk about this. I'm just outside of my 40th birthday, and you know, I think we're bound to expect some sort of cognitive decline. It's just really subtle and hard to notice. But would you look at this? Would you look at this? Scythe moves around the board, makes the same mistake I do.
make
Leaves
sure you
Ares,
get a kill here.
leaves Ares Demonicus
I think he gets him easy. He's got
on
so many
one
more troops now.
territory
Mm-hmm.
in the bottom.
I should be muted. My bad.
Yeah, no worries. Leaves Ares Demonicus with 1 territory at the bottom. So, folks, this is something that, in my humble opinion, sets
Oh my god.
top players apart.
I thought that was
Okay? So when you look at a board position like this, and you look at my seat, and you look at me thinking, and my only thought is, how do I win from here? How do I actually win the game? And the way you win the game is you figure out how to remove that 1. So Ares Demonicus is going to put in 3 troops.
his last one.
You better not have cards,
He
Ares.
chooses to get a card.
Nope.
You better not have.
He doesn't set, thankfully, you better not have cards. He chooses to get a card, so he's sitting on 4. Either way, if I killed him on 3 or if I killed him on 4, I would get a set. And that would be a game-winning play.
Cards,
But
Ares.
I have to I have to kill a 3 and a 1 with 4 troops. The odds of that are low. Possible, but low. But this is the thing about risk. If you have a line to win and it comes down to luck, you might as well try.
Oh God! Oh God! It all comes down to this 5v3 roll. Oh,
2v1?
And a
Fail
two,
it.
and a
Fail it.
2v1,
Fail
and a
it.
2v1, and a
Fail
2v1,
it.
and a 2v1, and yeah!
I
Fail
did
it.
not know
Fail
that.
it. No.
And then
Oh,
I had a
what
set
goes?
2 on
What
4.
goes from a Pete throw
Good game. Yeah.
turns
he's gonna
into a
get you.
Pete win, and we advance to round 3, baby. Oh man, what a shit show.
It's because I'm using your dice. That's
Best
what
of
it is.
luck
Yeah,
to
most of
all
you,
of the
most of you.
competitors. Thank you, Scythe. Thank you, Mioe. Thank you, Aries. Thank you, Tiger. And thank you, Ben. You guys are all awesome, awesome opponents. Best of
Yeah, I
luck to
had a
those who
little stutter
advance in the
moment
next
because I took his
round.
last
I
territory
look forward
and I
to
thought it was
competing
Yeah, I
with
know,
some of
eh?
you
Yeah.
again.
Wait
I
a minute.
didn't get started.
Well, you know what?
I gave it
Teach you
away,
guys, that
and
was a
it
tough
comes
battle.
back
I thought
to
I
me.
totally pooched it there.
What a game.
Yeah, what a game.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I
Gee.
Very
wanted all this-
suspenseful. For those who caught it live, I'm sure this was a very sort of
Good luck
exciting
to you
moment.
guys in the next 2 games, and good luck
We
to
make
those
it
who
in
advance,
one.
eh?
Yeah, GG's.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the VC now, but have fun, folks. Enjoy yourselves.
We make it in one.
All right.
So week 2, advance to round 3 of the Grandmasters tournament, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really trying to iterate how I can do commentary and publish the VC competitions on Kill Pete. So feedback on that is still very welcome. I think muting the voices for this game and just doing it double time, so I explain what I was thinking, explain how the game played out, the fact that I totally threw and won anyways, and totally threw not because of essentially a misclick, right? Because of bad pathing, because maybe I didn't see it. I don't know what it was, but again, the luck was on my side, and as we always say, folks, better lucky than good. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you found some of it fun and entertaining, maybe even a little bit educational and informative. If you would like the unedited VC copy, you can find that on FreePete. I will link to my second channel in the description. If you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to Kill Pete. Come along the ride with me. I have a daily release on both and weekday streams on Twitch. Folks, I love you. I appreciate you. And for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck.